credits from other industries, or they try to buy the carbon credits from the market, so that they can minimize, or they can come into the capped system or developed by the NDCs of each country. So benefits of carbon trading. So definitely, some it's also helpful for the climate change mitigation, and developing country, they earn money from this carbon trading. So again, these carbon markets uh, plays a really important role for the greenhouse gas emission, and in terms they provide carbon credits. So again, I'm telling you that this is a complex system. Let me tell you that according to the forest, I think so, Dr. Elizabeth already discussed about the forest ecosystem, that if we are sequestrating carbon positively in our forest, and that forest was before degraded or deforested, and we are improving our forest, and we are taking something additional in our forest, that additionally thing we can be able to trade in the form of carbon credit. So one carbon credit into the market for terrestrial ecosystem is, it will be around $5 to $12, and for mangrove ecosystem it will be $12 to $45. So again, these are two types of carbon markets. It's a compliance carbon market, and voluntarily carbon markets. So voluntarily carbon markets, everyone can contribute, and compliance market mostly deal by the government. So these are the major carbon markets in European system, and China is also involved, and America is also involved in it. These are the major carbon markets in the worldwide. So pricing mechanism totally depend on the supply chain, supply and demand also. So for example, Petronas, they are emitting more carbon, so they are in demand, so they will try to buy from the market in with the high price. It's totally depend on the demand. So so these are some effective strategies for carbon management. So how can we reduce carbon in our different industries? We can develop new instruments in our industry sector to minimize the carbon emission, and like renewable energy system, like different tools introduced in our industry sector, so that we can minimize the carbon emission. These are kind of reduction strategies. Okay, role of technology in carbon management. So what I feel and what I am recommending to my students and to you people, the future of carbon and the future of the world is AI and data analysis. What I am recommending you, that if you are interested in carbon, if you are interested into data analysis, so you must try to involve yourself in data analysis, so that, and IT, so that you can be able to get more jobs. And the same thing, after collecting the data from the forest ecosystem, how much data we can collect after 5 or 10 years. So what we will do, we will try to develop models, and for developing models we need modelers. So this is kind of hot jobs in the market. So you can try to develop yourself as a modeler, and you can get a lot of jobs. So what about future of carbon management and trading? What I feel that how different industrial developed countries, they are serious. I think so they have a good future for carbon management and trading, and hopefully our country will be able to means Malaysia will be able to get.
This is something not as unusual, but it's not usual also. All right. People are looking into carbon. Okay, everybody are talking about. Okay, that's why we have the intent. We are want to explore that to get something related with carbon. Then we are going to establish what we call as carbon management unit. Okay, I'm not here as the so-called as the chairman or the president of this unit. I just want to share with you. Okay, this is actually the way forward of us to look into how we actually want to work together in terms of carbon at our particular faculties. All right. Okay, what we will cover. All right. And then the brief introduction, objective and goals. I've been given only a very short period of time because after that we're going to have Q&A. All right. And then CMU framework, and then research activities, and also the future perspective. All right. For the brief introduction, everybody knows about ESG, the 17 pillars. All right. And SDG, 17 pillars, ESG, and so on. All right. These are all related. Which is we're going to talk about the global goals. As mentioned by Dr. Elizabeth, you can look at that, the fifth pillars, all right? Everybody knows about the gender equality, okay? Yeah, I myself admit, okay, when we are looking into the panels, and she's lucky. She's been chosen as one of the panels represent the women's side. Right? It's not because of there's no woman at all, but because of we are just want to see the flow of the programs. Okay, in future we will take note of that. We have all these 17 pillars, right? And then we'll talk about why we established CMU. Okay, this is our carbon unit. Okay. And then we have the way forward, we have the route to go towards the ultimate goals, all right? This is how we look at it, okay? And first and foremost, when you talk about ESG or we talk about carbon, and the big things that been presented by most of the speakers is all about climate change, continues to accelerate, okay? And the frequencies and severities of natural disasters. As we are our faculty are mostly doing on natures. Okay, yeah, I think is the right time for us to position ourselves to look into very seriously on this matter. All right. Then the next one is all these pillars about that been mentioned by most of the speakers, and one of the thing is about the Paris Agreement, Paris Climate Agreement. We have that protocol, right? And next after that is about the articles, Article 6, Article 6 been mentioned just now by one of our speakers, Dr. Elizabeth, all right? It's not that we want to cover everything, but this is just our planning stage, what we feel that we can actually contribute and we can work together. We still open our big doors. There's a big discussion just now with our TNCPI. We should actually collaborate and bring along a lot of our other colleagues, not only in our faculties, but also in other faculties, our institute, even from outside our institute. All right. This is all the things that we are looking into. All right. And are we creating a carbon-ready generations? Okay, look at what is the objective. The objective is to serve a knowledge hub. Okay, this is very important when we talk about anything. We have to actually to establish the hub of knowledge and to provide innovative research solution. Okay, most of us as universities or institutes, not to say that this is the best platform that we are here together and to hear about the ESG. But at least we try to gather all the experts from few agencies to start with. Maybe in future we have a bigger programs, right? Okay, and this is actually about the CMU framework, okay, Carbon Management Unit. not to cover everything, but at least we try our best to make sure that as far as possible, and with our peoples around and the resource and all the students, and then we are trying to get things accordingly lah. All right. This is just our vision and missions and going for the way forward. All right. And then this is some of the CMU research activities that we are actually trying to cover. Okay. We always talk about we are a nature-based activities. This is something that we are trying to cover on carbon. We have to accept us. Okay. Training, there's no limit of going for a training, but we are trying to get the best trainings for ourselves and also for the team and also for our other members. All right. And the other one is on what is mentioned by Dr. Wasim. Nowadays, for as a student, might be as a researcher, we should in line with the technology now. Okay, if you feel that you want to go very far, you can get your name in front with TS, technologies. All right, technology-based activities. This is all things related. Okay. Not only with the local agencies, local entities, but even to the whole world. Whoever people would like to join us, then you are most welcome. Then we have to start with somewhere, right? And even with our partners and even my students from China, they already have the interest to collaborate with us. And most probably we are going to travel to China soon to see how we can work together, because this afternoon during our lunch we are talking about that also just now. All right, but we have to have the right partners now. The partners is very important. Okay, I think that's about it, because I don't want to make it to prolong the speech. Okay, and then we have the next session after this. Okay, wallahu alam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shazali Johari, for that insightful presentation on introduction to carbon unit in UPM. Your explanation of UPM's initiative in carbon units provided a clear picture of how academic research can contribute to practical solution in carbon management. Thank you once again, Dr. Shazali, for sharing this forward-thinking insight with us. Ladies and gentlemen, presentation from Dr. Shazali marked the end for the presentation for this ESG towards carbon management in forestry and wood industry. The next event is the announcement of future activities by Yang Berusaha Professor Madya Dr. Faizah Pardi from University Technology Mara. She will be sharing what we have for the next session. Please welcome Yang Berusaha Professor Madya Dr. Faizah to the stage.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Khairia. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, distinguished guests, panelists, and participants. Thank you for staying with us, okay, all the way to the afternoon session. And before we move to the next session, town hall session with Prof. Jega, allow me to introduce the upcoming initiatives designed to strengthen and support the ESG and carbon management in the forestry and wood industries. Okay, I'm pleased to share the upcoming publication of our book titled ESG and Carbon Management in Forestry and Wood Industries, Challenges, Strategies and Solutions. And this book is